Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. CC here, Chris, from New York, Westchester County. It's January 30th, 2020. Actually, January 31st, 2020. Anyway, look, I first want to start off and say, I give a shout out to Joe and Pete. Nice meeting you guys, man. We had lunch on Sunday. I had a great time. It's really important we're around like-minded people. It would be nice if it was on a daily basis, but at least on a monthly basis, to really just vent, talk about what's going on, not only in the flat Earth community, but what's going on in the zombie community too. The people among us who are zombies, who are still asleep. We had this guy working for us. The best way to describe him, mad at the world. And that's how I'm going to start this video off. Being mad at the world. That's what he was. He was mad at the world. At what? I don't know. I never really got a good talk with the guy. But he was just mad at the world, but that's the thing. These people who are mad at the world, they don't understand the world like we do. Us flat earthers that understand that it's flat, that we're covered with a dome, that there is no space. It's really simple. Once you understand that, it's actually quite humorous. And that's the best way to describe it. It's humor. Why it is quite humorous in the situation that we're in. This, boxed up, tagged with a number, spend the rest of your life at work, get married, maybe have a couple of kids, a couple of Xerox copies of yourself, and that's it. And then you retire. And maybe if you have a couple of marbles left in between your head, maybe, just maybe, you might enjoy that retirement, but most of us don't. So we end up working at a part-time job delivering pizzas or something. I've seen them out there. Don't worry. You'd be surprised. Anyway. So that's the thing with flat earthers. We understand the world now. We understand why everything is the way it is. It's not that it doesn't seem right. It isn't right. That's the thing. It's not right. None of it's right. None of we should be doing any of this at all whatsoever. Okay? Our species should be growing. We should be doing what we want to do, and we should be doing what we want to do that we're best at doing. Okay, and that's certainly not going to these stupid, ridiculous 9-to-5 jobs, which everybody hates, and they suck, and you don't get any gratitude out of it. You get nothing. You get some lettuce in your pocket. That's about it. That's all, so you can pay your fucking bills. Okay? I have to get boat permits every year, and a fishing permit every year. You're talking about $200, maybe $300 worth of permits I have to get to have the pleasure of fishing in a state park. Which I didn't even know about any of these parks, believe it or not. But everybody who's not from this county seems to know about all these places. I never knew about them 20 years ago because I didn't give a shit. Anytime I ever saw a state park that says keep away, okay? Go back home. You don't want to come here. It's been destroyed. They used to be great, but now they're, I don't even know how I get into this shit. But you understand what I mean. So when you become a flat earther, you understand politicians are complete bullshit. You understand everything. You understand Hollywood. There's no Hollywood anymore. There's no enjoying shows. And sports? How can anybody enjoy sports when you know that the earth is flat? When you know that these fucking, the athletes, if you want to even call them that, who wouldn't, if it wasn't for sports, they'd be balloon boys, basically, or cleaning garbage off the street because they don't have any fucking brains. They have no brains at all whatsoever. And that's what really amazes me, is that people look up to these people They think they're God. They think they're the smartest people in the world. Meanwhile, they put on an interview, and it's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. Is that somebody who's actually talking? What the fuck is he talking about? You know, I mean, it's like the most lame-ass interview that you could ever imagine. It's incredible. You know. So anyway, the Super Bowl Sunday is coming up. Get ready, guys. Make sure you get your hot dogs and your pizza. I'm sure Pizza Hut's doing something for it. I'm sure they all are. Super Bowl Sunday, which I don't even acknowledge. If nobody even told me about it, I wouldn't even know it existed. So that's going to be the day that I cook. That's it. I don't know what the weather's going to be like Sunday, but it's still it's going to be February by then. And I have no intention of... I used to, years ago, watch it just for the commercials. That was all. Because I was in business, that type of business. And I would watch the commercials and study them, but no. As a matter of fact, if you ever see me in a stadium, or anywhere for that matter that has anything to do with sports, please, you have my permission. Contact the authorities immediately, because I must be out of my fucking mind. Okay? No, really. Really, please. Now, hey, look, I'm not saying that somebody went out there and bought me box seats to go to Yankee Stadium. Hey, yeah, I'd go, but I'm not watching the game. I'm sitting up there having some beers, eating the food, and enjoying myself. That's all. I give a shit about the game. Anyway, so as a flat earther, you no longer can take any of this stuff seriously. It's a fucking joke. It's there to distract you. And that is the same with politicians. And that is the same for everything out there. It's all there to distract you from the fact that the earth is flat and beyond. The plausible possibility of beyond flat earth. Okay? And that's the mud flood. Okay? That's these mountains that you're looking at right now. That very well could be ancient tree trunks. That sure as hell look like it. Look at the rock formations, for crying out loud. You're telling me those are hundreds and millions of years of layers of rocks? Bullshit! That's a lie. Look at the mountain. Look at it. Just please tell me, study it. Okay? These rocks that you're looking at are not rocks. They're not hundreds of millions of years old. If they were, they'd be rock solid, right? That rock solid. But they're not. You could break them with a hammer. And these diamonds, yeah, they tell you how rare they are. That means they make the price for them. Those diamonds aren't as rare as you think, believe me. Precious jewelry, all that shit. It's all out there in abundance, I'm sure. But they make the prices, and we have to buy them. Isn't that a shame? Control. And that's all it's about. It's about control. So when you're sitting there with your daughter or son, and she one day brings home a solar system, I go, what do you do? What do you do? What do you do? What do you do when you're sitting there like this with a styrofoam thing that's supposed to be Saturn and you have to paint Saturn on it? Your hands are going to be going like this. Holy shit, this isn't real, because it's not. Do you tell your daughter then? I don't know. Do you tell your son then? I don't know. Do you continue putting this project back, or do you say, honey, I can't have anything to do with this. Can you please finish this project? Because I'm going to have to deal with that soon. How are you going to deal with it? Are you going to tell your son or daughter about the fakeness of Hollywood, about the kids that they're looking up to? That they're nothing but satanic devil worshipers? And God knows how they got there and what they did to get there? You going to tell them about that? You going to tell them about all the signs? You see all the signs when they're watching these shows. You see the red bracelet. You see all the hand symbols. You see everything. Okay? Because you know it's bullshit. Everybody who's a flat earther knows it's bullshit. It's squash. It's gone. Okay? They can't fool us anymore. They can't fool us with these fake things that are going on with diseases and all this shit. I take a look at China, and I'm not saying it doesn't exist, okay? But if it did exist, think about it, guys. You wouldn't go anywhere near anybody over there without at least nothing but a hazmat suit on, for crying out loud, not a little paper mask. Come on, use your common sense, all right? That's the whole thing with flat earthers. You got to use your common sense. And the sense is that it's not right. It senses that it's wrong. They're lies. I even videotaped it myself. There was a fake incident that happened around where I live. About a week later, we had a building on fire. Okay? Coincidence, huh? No. No, it certainly wasn't. That word doesn't exist for flat earthers. It's done on purpose. I have some free time tomorrow, and I have more things that I want to talk about with you. With the plausible possibility of beyond flat Earth and many other things too that I've been thinking about in the last few days. And I'm sorry I've been very busy at work, which sucks, you know, especially when you have a man down. That's double time for all of us. However, tomorrow I have a few moments that I can gather my thoughts. I thank you for subbing. I thank you for viewing my videos and let me be a part of your life.